Finally, for quiz A, we have problem part 5, which is just a reminder of how we solve equations, right? We went over this, have these on the practice test, but this is just the exact same math you were doing all last unit. So I just need to solve for x. I want to get x by itself. So that means that I need to get all of the x's on one side and all of the numbers on the other side. In the last quiz, we talked about how there's no wrong decision to make here, but we need to make a decision since I have x's and numbers on like x's and ones on both sides. I need to get rid of something on both sides. So if I get rid of ones over here, I should get rid of x's over here. But it doesn't matter which decision you make. I usually like to get rid of the smaller thing. So I am going to get rid of the 4 ones on both sides. And once those ones are gone, this side will be 4 less, which means it will only be 5x. And this side will be 4 less, which will mean it will be an x, still the same number of x's, but instead of 12 ones, it will have 8 ones. And then I'm going to get rid of an x on both sides. I want to get rid of the smaller x, so I'm going to take the x away from the right side. And I will have 0 x's left, plus 8. And then on the other side, 4x's divided, 5x's minus x is 4x's over here. So now I have 4x equals 0 plus 8, which, as we know, is just 4x equals 8. And then this 4x here, this is 4 times x. So if I want to get rid of this 4, I need to divide by 4. So I'm going to divide by 4 and divide by 4. And I know 4 x's divided into 4 parts makes 1x. And 8 ones divided into 4 parts means 2 ones. So I should have x equals 2 here. And then just to make sure I'm right, I should check my answer, which means I should do 5 times 2, right? If x does equal 2, then when that's true up here, this side, it should be 5 times 2 plus 4 should equal 2 plus 12. So let's just make sure that that's true. On one side, I'm going to do 5 times 2 plus 4, and on the other side, I'm going to replace this x with 2 and turn it into 2 plus 12. And now I just simplify. I know that 5 times 2 is 10, plus 4 is 14. And then on the other side, I know that 2 plus 12 is 14. And so 14 definitely equals 14. So when these turn out the same, I know that this means that my, so this is true up here, true. So my answer, a lot of students think this means that my answer is 14. It doesn't mean my answer is 14. My answer is x equals 2, or my solution, we should say my solution. And then this one works the same way, except they've removed a step for me. A lot of students get confused about seeing an x on both sides without a number on both sides. But it works the exact same way. I need to get rid of all of the x's on one side and all of the ones on the other. And then I want to get x by itself. So I have 2 x's here. I don't have ones on both sides, so I should get rid of this x. I don't have to. I could get rid of this x instead. But it doesn't really matter. You should come up with the same answer no matter what you choose to do here. I am going to subtract this 9x because I just know from experience that the fewer things I have to move, the less work I have to do. So 9x minus 9x becomes 0. So this is 0x, which is just 0, plus 7 over here. So this side is 7. And then negative 5 minus 9x, this is going to equal negative 14x. A lot of people missed this part here and they thought this was 4x. They just thought it was 4x. And so that threw a lot of people off. And some people thought this was positive 14. That also threw people off on their answers. And so now I need to get rid of this negative 14. So I need to divide by negative 14. I'm dividing because this is negative 14 times x. So that's why I divide. I can't multiply, add, or subtract. I have to divide here. And then I am going to divide this side by 14. And so my answer, we've talked about this before, my answer should be 7 over negative 14. And this side over here should be x. And this means I need to do this math. 7 divided by negative 14. If you did that on a calculator, you should get negative 1/2. So, negative 0.5 equals x. Or you could have written, or you could simplify this fraction and say it is negative 1 divided by 2 equals x. But any of these would have been correct responses. Anyways, so that is the entire quiz A. I hope you found these videos helpful, and let me know if you have any